Hello and welcome to Enquire to Choir. My name is Eva and I'm here to help you, fellow choir people. In this video, I'm going to talk about how to do a good sound check for your choir's upcoming performance. A sound check can make you or break you and your choir, especially when in crisis, as I'm sure you have already experienced. A sound check is not a dress rehearsal, and I'm saying this at the beginning of the video for a reason. Because I feel many people don't know or choose not to care about the difference between those two terms. A dress rehearsal is the final rehearsal of a live show, in which everything is done as it would be in a real performance. A sound check is the preparation that takes place before the performance, in which the performer and the sound crew run through a small part of the upcoming show. The purpose of a good sound check for your choir and you as their conductor and director is to get to know the concert hall, adapt to the new acoustics, and to work out the kinks that can make a huge difference in your performance. It is really important to have both the dress rehearsal and the sound check. And I promise I will do a video about dress rehearsals. But for now, let's talk about sound checks, how to do them well, both long sound checks and short sound checks, with of course some additional advice at the end of the video. Long sound checks. If your choir is having a concert, you'll probably have more time to do a good sound check. And by longer, I mean anything about 10 minutes. However, again, don't do a dress rehearsal, do a sound check. Chances are you are doing it the same day as the performance takes place, maybe even just a few hours before. If you do a long, exhausting sound check, it could make your choir singers tired and, more importantly, less inspired for the actual performance. Keep it efficient. I don't actually think you should warm up on the stage, even if you have the time to do so. This is just my opinion. I don't think doing the warm-up exercises helps your choir do the most important thing, adjust to the acoustics of the hall, because these exercises are made up and artificial when it comes to music. You need to actually make some real music to be able to feel the movement of the sound in the hall. So think of the repertoire you're singing at this choir concert and find several very different parts in it. When in the concert hall and during sound check, you should check all of these sound environments to be able to tell how the concert hall acoustics behaves like. The sound environments are very loud, slow pace, very loud, fast pace, very quiet, slow pace, and very quiet, fast pace. Check for these kinds of parts in your choir repertoire, because with this you check it all. The dynamics, the tempo, and the diction you need to have for the words of the songs come through clear. If you sing a cappella, sing at least one piece all the way through, because your choir needs to feel how to hold the pitch in the new space. If you sing with accompaniment, make sure you sound check every instrument separately and make sure you go through every piece you perform with accompaniment. The last thing I do in my sound checks is I go through the beginnings of every music number we are performing in order they are performed. This way I make my choir concentrate on the succession of events during the concert, and I make them learn to adapt quickly to every piece, because every piece has a different setting, so doing the beginning sets the piece. And the very, very last thing I do is the beginning of the first number. I want this to be the last thing they sing on the stage before the actual performance. I want this to be their last information they get. I want them to remember the beginning of the first piece the best, because having a good beginning of a concert makes everything coming after easier. Short sound checks. Nothing is more stressful than this when you have 7 to 10 minutes for a sound check. It usually happens before a competition or in concerts where there are a lot of choirs and performers. Many people think, what can I check in 7 minutes? Well, actually a lot. You have to think the same way as you think about your long sound checks. But everything is quicker and you have to be on point. The key to an efficient sound check in short amount of time is to tell your choir in advance what you're going to sing and instruct them to enter the stage and position themselves as quickly as possible. When you're on the stage and your 7 minutes actually begin, try the very loud part in your repertoire and then the very quiet one. And then something in between, something average. If you sing with accompaniment, make sure you check those pieces very carefully. Do a small portion of every piece. Then choose one part of a composition you can sing through easily to make your choir feel the movement of the sound. And yes, again, go through the beginnings of each number. This sound check is very short, which makes it very high intensity. That means talk less, sing more. And one very important notice. Be really aware that if you were given 7 minutes, that's 7 minutes, not 8, not 10 minutes. You should respect that because of all the other choirs and performers coming after you for a sound check. And as per usual, some additional advice. You have to have a person in the audience to check the sound for you. I'm sure at some point you as a conductor are going to step down the stage and check out the hall, but you have to have an additional person to do it. This person should walk through every bit of the audience and listen how it sounds. You need to be able to hear the sound of silence as well. Make your choir stand in silence for a few seconds before starting a music piece. This not only makes them more prepared when it comes to the sound quality, it also works wonders for their stage fright being diminished. An empty concert hall is very different from a full one. The sound can change dramatically when the audience fills up the concert hall, and it's usually for the better. If the acoustics of the concert hall is really bad, let it go. Don't sweat it. Do your best, hope for the best, but a bad acoustics cannot be helped much. And the people in the audience know when a concert hall has bad acoustics. It's not on you. And finally, it's usually true. A bad sound check means a great concert performance. If you have a bad sound check, again, don't stress about it. Let it go and trust that everything will be great at the actual performance. And it is not such a bad thing to have a bad sound check because it makes your choir be even more eager to have a great concert. And that's it. I really hope this video was helpful to you. If it was, let me know by liking the video. If you wish to see more, you can check out all the other videos here on Enquire to Choir YouTube channel, and you can subscribe. If you wish to talk to me, go to Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Conduct well, conductors, and I'll see you next time. Bye!